What's up, all you good folks? It is I, El Haji Snoop Dogg, coming at you straight from Barnawa in Kaduna State, Nigeria. Our world is made up of so many incredible women, and so many amazing changes in our world are being made by women who recognize their value. Women are impacting lives in great ways today. I want to remind all of us of how strong our women truly are with this story. And this is the story of Queen Amina of Zaria. In the heart of the 16th century, a daring woman emerged from the rich dust of Zaria, Nigeria, and that was around 1533. In a time when agile and fearsome men reigned, she rose to shatter the norms, broke gender-biased rules, and conquered kingdoms, and her name was Amina. She was a woman of valor, and her legacy echoed and transcended beyond the strong walls and highest mountains of Zaria. She was known as the fearsome Queen of Zaria. This medieval kingdom, a realm sited in the heart of Kaduna State, echoed the footsteps of Amina. She was the first daughter of Bakwa Turunku, and her family were known for wealth and affluence. They thrived and were known for their trade in kola nut, cotton, salt, leather goods, horses, and exotic metals. However, Amina was not destined for mere luxury. She was born to transcend like a black eagle and make history. She always rode into the battlefield like a lion ready to pounce on his victim. Her strong will and expertise in military affairs had her commanding a great army, made of agile men with great prowess. And indeed, they conquered kingdoms. She modified the Zaria cavalry to an impressive, unstoppable, and outstanding force. She overpowered massive territories, reaching as far as the Nupe Empire and Quararafa. She never yielded and lived to carve her conquests in the memories of everyone. She reigned for over 3 decades, all the while showcasing her strengths, tactical intelligence, beauty, and splendor. Amina was a woman like no other, and the history of Africa is still yet to hear again of her kind. She embodied the underrated strengths of womanhood and made the future brighter for her followers. Her quest for power and dominance was always driven by great love and empathy, so she could secure her kingdom and the future of her people. Her battles were like a non-ending chorus of conquests. This made other rulers from far and wide cave in and grant safe passage to Queen Amina and her traders. This led to the Zaria Empire becoming a kingdom enriched with gold, slaves, and exotic crops. The people of Zaria Empire, who were known for their outstanding metalwork, made Amina turn her warriors into invisible giants. Metal armors were forged alongside iron helmets and chain mills. This in turn made her army an outstanding and formidable force to be reckoned with, and they terrified all kingdoms. All through her rule, tales of her audacious and hair-raising battles were heard from far and wide. The emergence of kola nut cultivation began due to her influence and prosperity. The second Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Bello, one of the sons of great Usman Danfodio, chronicled her revolution in his book, Enfakul Maizun, and he described her brilliance and how she was the pioneer of administration, revamping the house of people and society. Amina built walls that stood as great as her might. In these places, towns and villages emerged and flourished under her stewardship. Till this day, Amina's walls remain in existence and continue to tell the stories of her influence and prowess. Amina's symphony of conquests, her great walls, ruins of her palace, and outstanding influence amongst others are weighty evidence that counter disputes of her existence. Amina did exist, and her reign was most impactful. In fact, more than any other woman in the history of Africa as a continent. Legends dug deep holes of inquisitiveness around her personal life, especially her refusal to marry or bore children. After every of her battles, it is said that the conquered foes that tickled her interest became temporary husbands for the night, and by morning their heads rolled. They got killed simply to preserve Queen Amina's secrets, and although she never passed down her direct lineage, her blood still courses through the veins and bloodstreams of the elite houses of the great Zaria. The death of the great queen still has a lot of questions surrounding it. However, it was widely accepted that her fate was sealed within the dark storms of her last battle. It was the battle where her soul was seized and her blazing heart would finally rest at Atagara, a place in present-day Kogi State. The great Amina queen died, but her blood never did stop pumping. Her legacy has adamantly refused to fade, and she lives on, not only remembered in the hearts of young women daring to defy societal normalities, but she has also been immortalized in several institutions across northern Nigeria and beyond. One of those reputable institutions is the popular girls' secondary school in the heart of Kaduna State called Queen Amina College, QAC. Female hostels in the great Ahmadu Bello University of Zaria, her birth home, and also in the University of Lagos. Her name serves as a symbol of might, resilience, dexterity, and a relentless drive to succeed. Even across the oceans in different time zones, Queen Amina's influence still has levity. Xena, the warrior princess, a character in the American television series, was drawn from the origin and conquest of the great Amina. She led her first military charge just months after becoming the queen, and her role was not just that of a temporary candlelight, but of a vicious volcano that raged on for 34 years. She never relented, battle after battle. She rewarded her people with victory and more victory. Today, the legacy of Queen Amina dances across the hands of time as a constant reminder of the unbreakable, fierce, and powerful spirit of womanhood. The great Queen Amina of Zaria was a dame. Her name was as a lion's roar, and her reign, an unending show of greatness that will live on forever and ever. Thank you for listening to this marvelous story with me, Snoop Dogg. Kaduna belongs to us, and you all better remember that. Ha ha!